Welcome back to Fun Fluencies with Magically Talented. In this episode, we will solve +1, -1, +10, -10 with drawings using a hundreds board. We can use this strategy in 4 simple steps. The first thing we want to do is look at our number. Next, we will identify the focus number on the hundreds board. Third, we will both add and subtract +1, -1, +10, and -10. Last, we will write number sentences to match our work. Let's start by reading our letter to find out more about our task. Dear scholars, we will continue to learn more about place value and start to add and subtract. We will use a place value chart and counters to solve +1, -1, +10, and -10. Happy counting! As we practice, we will start to understand what it looks like when we add and subtract. This will be helpful in our next 2 lessons. Let's get started. First, let's identify our focus number on the hundreds board. And our focus number is 22. Find that number on the hundreds board and put a circle around it. There we go. Now we are going to add 1. So look at our focus number 22 and add 1 more to it and go ahead and put a box around that number. Go back to the focus number and find the number that is 1 less. So we're looking for the number that's 1 less than 22 and put a box around that. Let's point back to our focus number and add on 10 more. We know that number is going to be 32. Put a box around that. Notice here that the 1s stay the same and the 10s are changing now. Let's look back at our focus number one more time and identify the number that is 10 less. And go ahead and put a box around that. Again, the 1s stay the same and the 10s are changing. We want to get into the habit of explaining our thinking and justifying our answers, so we will write number sentences to go along with our work. Let's start with 22 plus 1. We know that is 23. 22 minus 1 is 21. 22 and 10 more is 32. 22 and 10 less is 12. Great job. Let's try another one together before you work more independently. Again, first let's identify our focus number, which is 56. Let's find 56 on our hundreds board and put a circle around it. There it is. Now we will add on 1 more and put a box around that number. Notice how the 1s are changing and the 10s are staying the same. Go back to our focus number and find the number that is 1 less and put a box around that. Great. Go back to the focus number and we're going to find the number that is 10 more. So here the 1s are going to stay the same and the 10s are changing. 10 more and put a box around that. All right, point back to our focus number and let's find the number that is 10 less and put a box around that number. Wonderful. Let's represent our thinking by writing out number sentences. Let's go back to 56 plus 1. We know that's 57. Let's do 56 minus 1. We know that's 55, 56 plus 10, 66, and 56 minus 10 is 46. Wonderful. Now I want you to try this next one a little bit more independently. Your focus number is 38. I want you to take about 38 seconds to identify where that focus number is on the hundreds chart. You're also going to add on 1, you'll take away 1, you'll add 10, and you'll take away 10. And don't forget your number sentences if you have time. Ready, set, learn. All right, friends, great work. If you didn't finish, that is okay. We're going to go over this together. Let's start to check our work. Our focus number is 38. The first thing we do is identify that number on the hundreds board here. We're going to add on 1 and box that number. We'll go back to our focus number and take away 1. Point back to the focus number, add on 10. Back to the focus number, take away 10. Now we're going to check our number sentences. 38 plus 1 more is 39. 38 minus 1 is 37. 38 and 10 more is 48. 38 minus 10 is 28. Ready for the next one? Take about 30 seconds again and complete as much as you can. Ready, set, learn. Great work, friends. If you didn't finish, again, that is okay. We're going to go over all of our steps together. What is the first thing that we need to do? If you said identify the number 84 on the hundreds board, you are correct. Let's find that number and circle it. There it is, towards the bottom. And then we're going to add on 1 and box it. And that's 85. Look back at 84. We're going to take 1 away. And that's 83. The 1s change, the 10s stay the same. Now we're going to add on 10. And that number is 94. Look back at 84 and take 10 away. And that number is 74. Now let's check our number sentences. We know that 84 plus 1 more is 85. 84 minus 1 is 83. 84 and 10 more is 94. 84 minus 10 is 74. Great counting. All right, mathematicians, you already know what to do. Take about 30 seconds and do as much as you can. All right, great work. Let's go over this together. Now, the first thing we need to do, we already know we're identifying the number 17 on our hundreds chart. Go ahead and circle it if you haven't circled it already, and I will circle my number 17. The first thing we're going to do is add on 1, and that's 18. Look back at 17, take 1 away. That's 16. Point back to 17 and add on 10. That's 27. Now we're going to look back at 17 and take a 10 away. And we have 7 left. Now let's look at our number sentences. We have 17 and 1 more is 18. 17 and 1 less is 16. 17 and 10 more is 27. 17 and 10 less is 7. Great job. All right, friends, are you ready for the last one? We'll take about 30 seconds and do as much as we can. Ready, set, learn. All right, let's start to go over our work. Now, the first thing we're going to do is identify our focus number on the hundreds board. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and circle that number 89. We'll add on one more, and that is 90. Look back at 89, take one away. 88. Point back to our focus number and add on 10 more. 99, back at the focus number one more time and take 10 away. 79. Let's look at our number sentences. We always want to make sure we are explaining our thinking and justifying our work. 89 and 1 more is 90. 89 and 1 less is 88. 89 and 10 more is 99. 89 and 10 less is 79. Great counting. Give yourselves a round of applause. Did you know using this strategy will help us to quickly add and subtract? Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.